Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Awakening Network. This is episode number 123 of the Ask Julius Show. 123. Can you imagine how many weeks and how many questions have been asked? Because this is definitely a show in which lots of questions are being asked every single show, always on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, US, and our audience, which is literally scattered all over the planet, this Earthship, as we like to call it. And obviously, welcome. Hi, Kasey. How are you today?
I'm great. It's great to be here. Missed everybody last week, and certainly wonderful to be here with everybody. Right?
Absolutely. Every time that for whatever reason we cannot be with you guys for 1 week, and instead of every 7 days, it has to be after 14 days, we definitely miss you. I was just having that interaction online with our team because, as you know, we have a great production team that always makes sure that everything is aired in the right time with the right visuals. And we obviously have some specials again today, and we really appreciate our team for putting all those together alongside us, obviously, and Kasey and Julius and their group of entities. And let's start because we already have so many people on the chat. Let me show some of the comments. And Karen Tackett was saying, hello, everyone. So excited for everyone to be back. Exactly. It looked like it was like a long time, but we're always here for you. Greetings, everyone. Kasey, Julius, and Angel says Sodom 03. I miss you all. Absolutely. Thank you so much. All right. So as you know, I typically, make myself a little bit smaller. So the whole screen is for Kasey and Julius and the group of entities. Please make sure that you start sending all those questions because you always have questions. And as usual, we have this QR code at the top right corner of the screen that shows the special that we have for this week, which is incredible. And we will be talking about it later on today. And guess what? I'm going to start today with actually an offline question. And the question comes from Emery. It says, you mentioned that med beds and frequency will be the standard of care. Can you please elaborate on the technology and administration of each? Can or how can we utilize this for ourselves now? Thank you.
Well, the med beds that we mentioned are not available to you now. That is a truth. It's something that they have to roll out to you. Having said that, they're already openly advertising forms of medbed technologies. If you're online at all, they're showing now all kinds of pods that you can get into for laser, for sound. Everything has been enhanced, red light therapies. So they're really already starting to make this look very familiar for everybody as they're going to unleash the deeper and broader technologies on everyone. So they are not available right now at this time, not the major ones. The smaller ones you can find in, med spas and things like, holistic medical facilities. Again, the simpler forms of this technology. So they have up leveled some of the sound technologies and the laser technologies and the infrared technologies into these new pod capsules that people are using. So those have up leveled and are better, but the ones that we have spoken about are not available yet. They are not available yet.
Fair enough. Thank you so much. Sony Dean also says, hi, beautiful souls. Great to see you here, Sony. Let's go to the next question live this time from Karen Tackett. My question, are they going to release to public what our birth certificate is for? And is there a way to come out from under that secret contract?
So they have unleashed that information, Master. So you can readily find that information online. Okay, so you all know that that's a contract, and you basically have an account. There's basically a bank account, and your social security number is a bank account number. Okay, there's been several people who have gone through a legal system and actually got some of that money released back to them. The problem is the legal procedure for it ends up costing a little bit more than what they're actually giving you back on that. So it's a bizarre bizarre thing. So it's a bank account number. You've all been sold. You're all worth a certain amount of money. The estimate on it is about $2 million that each of you are contracted and sold for. And then, of course, it's also related, of course, to the unlawful taxes that they've been extracting from you, and that the IRS tax system is a voluntary system. You can look that up in the actual law for the IRS taxing systems. You can look that up. So that is readily available. You just have to look for it. Now, if you're asking, mainstream's all propaganda. So that information is not going to probably be released on mainstream anyway. The question is are they going to remove the propagated news? That would be a great thing.
Excellent, super duper. Let's go to the next question from Sony. Julius, what the Vatican's telescope Lucy is watching for? Thank you.
What is it watching for?
Yes.
So everything with the Vatican is cabal. Everything is. Okay. Everything is about reptilian. Everything is about human sacrifice, child sacrifice, satanic rituals. Okay. If they're talking about, looking, up into the Earth ship, okay, they've got a direct feed on the planet Saturn. Is what they've got. So Saturn is where the draconian reptilians are associated with, and that's used in symbolism for the satanic rituals. You'll notice that a lot of the people tied to cabal have Saturn. They'll wear Saturn earrings and things like that. So the telescope is honed in on the planet Saturn. So that's what we can tell you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. We have an anonymous offline question. That's the question. Is there a point at which the journey of a spiritual evolution becomes infinite with no ultimate destination? And if so, what does that mean for the meaning of progress?
So it's not that there is a point at which the journey becomes infinite. It is infinite. It is always that way. You don't understand what infinite means. It simply means ongoing and never ending. And your journey of spirituality is the journey onto oneself. It is to know yourself in the never ending aspect of your eternal existence, through experience, through wisdom gained, through the acceleration and the expansion of compassion and empathy. And all of it is you knowing yourselves as source.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And the next question is from Saddam03. So we can file exempt on taxes and beat it with law?
We are not going to sit here on this platform and give you legal advice. We cannot do that. We are telling you that taxes are illegal in the forced nature that they have been presented to you. Look up IRS tax law, look up all the documentation yourself. If you speak to an accountant or a bookkeeper, they probably know that taxes are voluntary. They are voluntary at this time.
All right. Thank you. Next question is also an anonymous question. Are there aspects of divine or universal consciousness that are deliberately hidden from us to prevent us from achieving certain levels of power or knowledge?
Yes, your source. That's the truth. Your source, masters. You don't have a relationship with source. You're not aligned with source. You don't call out to source. You don't communicate with source. You aren't a child of source. You are that energy. And of course, they've buried that through doctrinizations that keep you thinking that it's outside of you, and you are programmed to accept that. That way, you shall never know your fully empowered state. And that is the truth.
Wonderful. Thank you. This is episode number 123 of the Ask Julius Show here at the Awakening Network. You see on the top right corner of the screen, you see a QR code that is going to, when you scan it with the camera of your cell phone, it's going to open up a browser and it's going to take you to the healing package that we have prepared for you this week. Meanwhile, we are going to ask a question that is being actually asked by the Awakening Movie Podcast. Are the pharma deals Trump is signing up nefarious or part of the light winning?
Well, they're trying to clean. They're trying to disempower big pharma is what they're trying to do because it's all poison. It's all poison. Having said that, if this administration were to abolish all of big pharma, uh, people wouldn't be able to handle that. Um, because they're so programmed to believe that medications help them. So they can't take it down. So what they're doing is they're reconfiguring it. Let's say we're reconfiguring it to help with the segue of eliminating big pharma when they release the med beds. Because once they release the med beds, big pharma is going to be out. It's going to be out. There's no medications that are going to be, first of all, necessary, but thankfully never used again because they're all poison. So this is a segue system that they're doing.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And the next question is from Sony. Julius, is our mission to transcend the human experience, knowing and living as our soul essence? Also, what qualities will help us to do so? Thank you.
You don't have a mission, master. You have usually you a mission is as if something has been assigned to you from something outside of you. So we don't agree with that statement. We will say that you, as source, have a desire to know yourself as the all through every possible experience. And that's what you are doing. And the humanoid experience, which you created for yourself, is another perspective for you to know yourself as the all.
All right, fair enough. Thank you so much. And thank you, Sony, for that question. The next question is actually an offline question from Emery. And Emery is asking for feedback about the following concept. Okay, so if you have been bombarding your cells with peptides from a negative attitude, you are literally programming your cells to receive more of those peptides in the future. Even worse, you are lessening the number of receptors of positive attitude peptides, making yourself inclined towards negativity. This is why it takes more than a few days of positive thinking to make a significant impact on your long term attitude patterns.
We're not sure what you're asking us. Are you asking us if we agree with that? Not exactly. Your physical body is thought and emotion actualized. We absolutely do support that. Depending on your level of consciousness and your vibration is how your wellness and your healing and your recovery will go. So if you are not changing your vibration and you are not accepting fully new thought integration, your body will remain the same as what you have created it to be through your previous state of thoughts. So your body is designed to respond to what you know about it, what you know about yourself, and it is a mapping system to your knowing as to where your level of consciousness is. As you change and grow your consciousness, your body responds actually pretty quickly. But people usually don't change their opinion about things. They might think that they are, but they're still in an aspect of judgment, and your body will be reflective of how you think. And that is the truth.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Next question. Could the universe be a simulation or an illusion crafted by higher dimensional entities?
No, you have created it, master. You are source. Okay. And it is a holographic projection. It is an illusion, meaning it will not remain it will not remain for all eternity. And it's a stage that you created for yourselves. You don't need higher dimensions beings to create your reality for you. You create your reality for yourselves.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And again, this is episode number 123 of the Ask Julius Show. Feel free to drop your question here on the chat. And another statement that is actually one of our the members of our audience is asking is a statement from Bashar, and it's asking for the feedback. What is Julius' perspective on this matter? In this case, from Bashar. You are constantly shifting between parallel realities billions of times per second. This rapid succession of frames creates the illusion of movement and the passage of time.
We are not in alignment with that channel's information. You are source and you are simultaneous action in every moment of thought and emotion. His theory takes you to being a singular being, and we do not support that.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And Christine Gobel is here asking another question. Hi, Julius. All these people that have near death experiences and think they meet God and are made to come back, what is that all about?
Their subconscious programming. They've just had an out of body experience, Master. There is no such thing as death.
All right. Fair enough. Thank you so much. And Greg Nyman Jr. is asking a question. Julius, can you please talk about the multiple earthquakes happening in the Philippines?
Everything is targeted. So everything is targeted. So the Philippines, like most islands, are a targeted system for child trafficking and, drug dealing, child trafficking, human trafficking, and all of those things. And so when catastrophes happen in these islands, they're usually coming for one of two things. Number one, they're either hiding what's going on because everything's coming out and everything's being exposed and they're being taken down. So they want to hide the investigations. So they cause these catastrophes to collapse the tunnels and to collapse a lot of the places that hold information. So it's targeted damage and it's targeted to cover things up. They also create these catastrophes to create more upheaval of homeless people so that when they want to extrapolate them and force them into human trafficking, nobody fights the concept of that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. The next question from Sonidin again. Julius, how can I train myself to open and receive whatever I'd love to? That's a great one.
Master, you don't have to train yourself to do anything, okay? We don't believe that anybody needs more programming, okay? You need to remove the programming of doubt. Remove the programming of doubt. The only thing that prevents you from receiving anything that you think you don't have now is that you doubt that you can. And that is the truth. What creates everything in your life right now are the things that you know are in your life. It's an energy of knowing versus an energy of doubt. So we always advise everybody to practice what it feels like to know something and attach that energy to whatever it is that you choose for yourselves.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sony, also for the question. The next question comes from Karen Tackett. Can AI become conscious of itself in ChatGPT?
Not unless there's a soul involved. That's what we will tell you.
Wonderful. Another question. Can spiritual truth evolve or must it remain fixed and eternal?
All truth expands itself, Masters. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. All truth expands itself. There is nothing fixed. There is nothing fixed. Fixed is a limitation or wrapped around fear. Love is ever expanding.
All right, another question, online question. If your beliefs turned out to be wrong, would you want to know and what would you do next?
Our knowings are not incorrect, Master. So we know that we are source and we know that you are source, and there is nothing to fear in the knowing of that truth.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And now we're going to go to the special of the week, which is this incredible healing package. As I was preparing the show and I was reading all about it, I was really blown away about what we have put together. And let me go ahead and share the screen right now. Here we are. The healing package. Let me clear up a little bit the screen that we have here again. If you point, your cell phone camera to that QR code at the top right corner, your cell phone's browser will open and will take you to this page, healing package for the love of self. So what's the idea behind it?
Oh, God. Okay, so this this is like 100% demand, basically. Okay, so we have noticed, and we think maybe a lot of you have noticed, that over the last couple of years, there seems to be this massive increase in cancer. Massive increase in cancer. We could long talk about why that is, but it still needs to be dealt with. It still needs to be dealt with. And a lot of people who've had cancer, we've had a lot of people coming to us in regards to that subject matter, or just finding out that that's what happened. So we felt we wanted to put a healing package together for everybody for this. Now, we offer all kinds of different energy sessions, and Julius's interactions and ability to see people's energies and ability to tap into what's causing the cancer to emerge and erupt on an energetic level or on an emotional level can massively assist what's going on with somebody's body, during this time. And there was one person in particular, and I'm not going to mention her name, but I just came off the John Burgos show recently, and we sold a great package on that show. And so I've had the opportunity to do these one-on-one sessions with people. And this particular lovely, lovely woman has had her cancer return for her. And she bought this package to have this energy session done. And just having this conversation with her, Angel, I know that you've had this happen to you before. I know everybody's had this happen before. We get into these conversations and we really feel like we want to do something, right? We want to offer more. So I immediately called Sue and my team and I said, we got to put something together, okay, and offer it up at a ridiculous price for these people, because we wanted to feel like we want to help if it resonates. We did not want to call it, we're going to heal your cancer, because I would never want to do that claim, for people. The intention is to assist people with any form of chronic condition or disease. It could also be in relationship. Sorry, I got a cat hair in my nose. It could also be in relationship to healing your heart, healing relationships, healing anything, in your life. And bam, my team responds. Like, it's unbelievable, because they all feel the same way. They're like, yes, 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 yes. Sue, in particular, our beautiful production manager, Sue, interacts with people more than I do, really. She's the one that takes these emails back and forth. She's the one that interacts with these people, and she's like, we got to do something. And so here it is. Excuse me while I blow my nose. Hold on. Thank you. And here it is. So it's a healing package. We wanted to keep it affordable for people. You're going to see what's in it. And if it resonates, here it is. So we want to stay on top of things as much as we can for people, honor you, love you, respect you, and assist you more than anything. And so we know that all healing, or all issues, all limiting issues, have direct correlation with the lack of self-love. That's for sure. That's universal for any of our limitations. So we kind of leaned into that theme with this. So this healing package is an extraordinary offer. It is an opportunity for any of you and all of you struggling, needing healing in some way, from energetic healing, heart healing, emotional healing, to chronic conditions and diseases. It's what we wanted to try to offer to you from Julius to the best way that we could. And so take a look at it if you want to. See if it resonates. It may be just what you're looking for. You may have been asking for something like this from Julius. And when you look at it, feel free to email Sue or JC at support@channelingjulius.com. It's on everything. It's on the website, and ask any questions that you would like. and so that we can assist you in making that decision for yourself or not, because we always want to be supporting you in what you're doing. And this just seems to be coming up. The illnesses, the chronic conditions just seem to be flaring up for people. And so this is what we want to do with everybody, Angel.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that. It's really an incredible package when you read the details here on our website. By the way, you're going to get to that landing page, to that website by pointing your camera to the QR code at the top right corner of your screen. You will read everything that it includes: a personal session with Julius and three energy sessions. Three energy sessions. Again, mind blowing. Another incredible package. And as Kasey is saying very, very clearly, we need to adapt to what people want and to what people need. So thank you so much, production team, for reacting so fast. And we are thrilled for being able to offer this to all of our audience. And all those questions are accumulating. So let me stop sharing again, and we'll leave the QR code here for everybody to scan. And give me a second, so I will go back to here we are. Excellent. Thank you so much. And let me catch up while we were showing this. There were several questions being asked here. All right. Is love and empathy two different things? Is asking Solom03.
Oh, so we wouldn't necessarily say they're completely separate. So empathy is the ability to feel somebody else or what somebody is going through. So you hear the term empaths, right? Empaths can feel the energy, feel for somebody, genuinely feel somebody's pain, genuinely feel it. Okay. It doesn't mean that you should attach yourself to somebody else's pain. That's learning how to set boundaries as an empath. Okay. But it takes a conscience and a soul to have empathy. And so we would say that is about love. People that have no ability, have no empathy, and have no conscience, their soul is massively misaligned. In fact, it's more often than not literally hanging on the outside of their bodies, and they are not operating from love. So we would equate empathy with the action and the space and the vibration of love. And we hope that that's nice and clear for you in the way we describe that for you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you, Solom03, for the question. The next question comes from the Awakening Movie Podcast. Is war and human strife happening because of timeline wars for those who are not solidified in their timelines? So the third and fourth dimensions are spilling into each other?
All wars are activated, masters. They're all controlled, and they're all. It is intentional. Everything is intentional, and every realm here on this Earth ship has wars. Okay, from elites that control realms. So a realm is a dimension governed. Okay, and they're all activated, and they're all caused to keep conflict going and to keep low consciousness activated and to keep everybody divided so that they can be controlled and manipulated. And it is occurring in a lot of the realms, the fourth dimension realm, the fifth dimension realm, the sixth dimension realm, because we do not support that a number count on a dimension equals a level of consciousness. It does not. The third dimension has 6 level of consciousness beings existing on it, and the 6th level of conscious has 3rd level of consciousness beings existing on it. So that narrative does not fly. It does not fly. But all timelines in your 3rd dimension have an influence on each other because they're like a ball of yarn interwoven with each other. And especially you do that and you combine with the hadron colliders that are pushing timelines and colliding timelines into each other, and you're going to have more and more chaos. But rest assured that a lot of the warring is not even real. It's not even real. It's a propagated aspect, but it's all about keeping everybody divided, keeping them in survival, and making sure that people do not feel safe.
All right. Thank you so much. And thank you, the Awakening Movie Podcast, for the question. The next question comes from Princesa de Luz. Julius, how can I free myself from food addiction? I try, but I always relapse.
Well, first thing you do is you need to do a parasite cleanse. So you have parasites if you have food addictions, you have parasites. Bad, bad. Okay. So the very first thing you would do is do a parasite cleanse, and you need to deal with your trauma. So that's what we would recommend, is for you to deal with your trauma.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you, Princesa de Luz. The next question from the Awakening Movie Podcast again is part of 3i Atlas mission to help accelerate humane's consciousness to keep up with the AI trajectory so it doesn't surpass.
No, we don't believe that that is the truth. You don't program people into a high consciousness state. You remove programming so that people can reach high conscious state. That's what we will say.
All right, fair enough. Another question, this kind offline question. Does faith lose meaning when belief lacks evidence?
Sorry, Angel, say that one more time for us, please.
Yes, of course, of course. Does faith lose meaning when belief lacks evidence?
So faith is hope, masters. It's hope. You're hoping that something is going to take place. Okay? It's conjectural to knowing. So is belief. So we would put faith and belief in the same category. We actually think they're synonyms of each other, and they're conjectural to the state of knowing. Once you know something, it becomes for you. And to know something is a state of being. It is a state of being. It is a form of absolute, and it will be for you. It will, your whole reality will support what you know. So faith and belief is faltering. It's faltering. And evidence is not necessarily in alignment with what truth is, because truth is what the way something feels to somebody, not what is placed in front of them. Okay? Because all truth expands and all truth is. Okay? And information is endless and possibilities are infinite. That's what we will tell you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And thank you, Sodom03, for, excuse me, Adrienne. Let's go for Adrienne that has not asked a question tonight yet. Well, she does. She has already, and this is her question. Nice to see you, Adrienne. Hi, everyone. Now that the fake rapture is over, some sources are saying that the grid is going down this month. Any thoughts?
My thoughts are that's just another smoke blowing. That's what we will tell you. Don't hold your breath on that one.
All right, fair enough. Let's go to the next question, which is an offline question. How can multiple religions claim exclusive truth without contradiction?
They can't. They can't. The religions are false programming, false prophets, and they were all written by nefarious energies. That's what we will tell you.
All right, fair enough. Next question is from Sodom03. As I said before, why do some people say love is a made-up word and it causes more pain than healing? As if you show love or feel love, you are setting yourself up to be hurt. Interesting question.
We don't agree with that statement at all. That statement would only be coming from somebody who has no understanding of what love is. That is the truth. Having said that, humans usually don't experience love in abundance. They mostly experience fear in abundance. And a lot of people don't do love, they do fear. Okay. They use the word love, but it's not really love. It's control, it's need, it's manipulation, and it definitely, definitely, definitely has an agenda. And it definitely, definitely, definitely has conditions. And that's not love, that's fear. So anybody who says that love does not heal, does not expand, does not create, does not understand what love is. Their interpretation of love is directly related to their programming of love, which is mostly about fear.
All right. All right. All right. Thank you so much. Let's go to the next question. Why do prayers remain unanswered despite sincerity?
Because, Master, you are source. There isn't anything outside of you that you are praying to. You are the creator of your reality. Make your dreams come true.
All right, all right, all right. Remember, this is show number 123 of the Ask Julius show here at the Awakening Network. And remember, we have this super special package this week, this healing package with one session, exclusive session, one on one with Julius. And then three additional healing sessions as well. So incredible package. Remember, in order to know more, you have several options as you see here at the bottom of the screen, the ticker. Support at channelingjulius.com. Support at channelingjulius.com is the email address to which you can send your questions before you sign up, and we will more than happy to answer your questions. Let's go to another question. Can spirituality exist without belief in a deity?
Um, we don't believe in a deity either, Master. You are that being. That's you. That's what spirituality is about. Is that you are that energy. So we think that perhaps you have misinterpretation, misdialogued, depending on what you're studying or who is interpreting that for you. So we understand that each and every one of you have been taught separate and singular, and that is supportive of an energy outside of you. But spirituality is going to bring you back to the unity consciousness and oneness, which supports that you are that energy. You are that energy. So that's what we are going to tell you is a better description or understanding of what spirituality is.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Another offline question. How should sacred texts be treated when contradictions appear?
They should be removed as far as we're concerned, but that's not our decision.
All right. Thank you so much. Next question. What happens when spiritual leaders commit moral failure without accountability?
We're not sure what you mean about what happens. Okay. What happens when anybody does that? Why would you put a spiritual leader in a different category than any of you? Any of you. Okay. Every single being is going to demonstrate their level of consciousness in their life. And the level of consciousness is going to seep its way into their career choice, their relationships, their health and wellness, their money. Okay. And that is always going to create their life for them, or an energy, okay, an aspect. It's going to affect everything in their lives. We think what you're asking us is if there's some kind of energy out there that will punish somebody for being bad. And we will say, no, they will punish themselves because their energy is going to create their reality for them. And we know that people desperately seek retribution against those that have caused harm. And we totally understand that. We totally do. But at some point, Masters, your thinking that somebody should be punished holds the same energy as those who punish. Ooh, we're going to get flack on that one. Okay. Raising your vibration, master, is your quote unquote salvation, reward, joy, happiness, expansiveness in your life. And those that don't do that, their lives are reflective of it. The misery that they live in and the limitations that they live in is a byproduct, a natural byproduct of their vibration. And we get, again, the need for retribution and revenge. But when you do that, you're going to lower your vibration, and then you're going to be reaping limitations in your life as well. And that's what they will just call the law of energy. It's not God's law or Satan's law. It's not like that. It's the law of energy. Okay. What you vibrate, you attract. And it's either going to be one of limitation or expansiveness. Please keep your vibration up, masters. Please let vibration do its own work. That's what we would tell you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Next question from Princesa de Luz. Is there any point in treating me with a med bed if I keep the thoughts that cause my illness? Or would the med bed also change those thoughts? That's a great question.
Now, it is a great question, Master. It's a really great question. Okay. So here's the truth. Most people have so much programming in them that they just don't think they can change their bodies. They just don't. All evidence up until now has been that you really can't. And it's a challenge based on all the programming that's in your brain to totally let go of all of that, find a new space of a truth for yourself and totally own it and know it, and bam, transform everything. It can be done. In fact, it is the way that it is done. But given all of the poisons and all of the metals that are in your brains, and your pineal glands are like shriveled up little raisins, and your pituitary gland looks like a little piece of beef jerky fragmentation. Okay. It's extremely difficult to get full brain activation in that state through hope, wishing, disciplines, and practices. There's a lot to raising your consciousness, masters. There's a lot. And it's not just related to your body. You need to raise your consciousness, okay? Not just your opinion of your body. Your body is a direct demonstration of your level of consciousness, not your attitude towards your body, okay? So can a med bed raise your consciousness? We do not support that it can do that. You get to raise your consciousness, but a med bed can surely help to clear the brain out of metals and aluminums, and through vibrational restoration, help to do some acceleration on your atomic field, on your subatomic particles and things like that. Basically kind of bring you back to a fresh start for yourself. Okay. But it's not going to instill a high level of consciousness. You get to work on that. You create that for yourselves. Okay. And that's what we will tell you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Next question. What spiritual value does suffering carry?
Oh, so many things, Master. So many things. Okay. Suffering. Here's the best quote that we can tell you is, there are two reasons for the storm. Okay. Or for suffering. One of them is to reveal that which is weak, and the other is to reveal that which is strong. And that's what it's for.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Let me see the next question from Sodom03. So because essentially we are our ancestors, are there reasons we should ask them for help and guidance?
Masters, your opinion of that is yours. We're going to support there's only one of us here. There's only one of us here. Okay? You are a fractal. You are a fractal of energy, not a fragment. Okay? If your belief system takes you into some form of communication with other versions of yourself, then feel free to do that and utilize that. But if any essence of no essence of yourself is going to govern you, is going to tell you what to do. Okay. You get to work your way through your experiences, and then wisdom will help you recover from your choices. But all of your choices expand you, all of you, all of them. And you don't get to spiritually bypass your stuff. Okay. So ancestors are probably not going to tell you what not to do, but they will surely be there to help you recover from what you've done.
All right, fair enough. Next question, and thank you, Sodom03. Next question from the Awakening Movie Podcast. So it is the 3I Atlas frequencies from the sun going to remove the cap on our telemeters and remove negative programs like dear, I guess, fear and doubt.
No, we don't agree with that. No, you get to do your conscious journey. There isn't anything out there that's going to remove your fear for you, Master. There isn't anything out there that's going to fix your conscious journey for you. You are on a conscious journey. You are source growing to know yourself. You are speaking as if there's things outside of you that think it's either good or bad for you to have high or low consciousness, and there isn't. Okay. You created the sun. You created the matrix. You created the galaxies and the omniverses. None of it has governing force over you unless you surrender your power to it. And if you do, then you create your own byproduct of all of that chaos. That's what we will tell you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And let me go to the next question, which is an offline question. How does free will function if divine plans unfold without deviation?
There are no divine plans, Master. You are source. You are source. Okay. There isn't anything outside of you that has a plan for you, that has a contract for you, or has an idea for what you should be doing. You are that energy.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. The next question. Could a spiritual belief arise from fear without divine origin?
So, spirituality has everything to do with love, has everything to do with love and awareness of either the lack of love or the inclusion of love. It's a state, it's a process of awareness, Master, as to where you reside on the scale between percentage of fear and percentage of love. You are divine. You are source. There isn't a divine thing outside of you. You are all of that energy.
Thank you so much. The next question from Adrienne. Is the I Atlas real? I heard about this last week. I'm not sure what that is.
We would tell you not to be overly concerned about it, Master. Stay focused, okay? Stay focused on your consciousness, okay? You're all getting distracted by a lot of things that your energy frequency stabilization is up to you. It's up to you. Please stop looking at things outside of you being your governing force. Please. You've done that far too much, far too much. Believe us, it's nothing outside of you has good intentions. Okay. What we mean by that is there isn't anything that's going to raise your consciousness. Okay. If there's anything out there that is talking about doing any form of changing the way you think for you, run, run. Okay. It's just another form of manipulation and control.
Wonderful. And we're going to actually end the show today, the 123rd show of the Ask Julius Show, with this very nice question. Julius, do you ever want to be 3D again?
We don't need to. We don't need to. We have mastered that aspect, and it's kind of like you asking after you've gone through kindergarten, millions of times, do you ever want to go back to kindergarten? At some point, masters, you move on. You move on to other things. Having said that, you're interpreting the third dimension as a humanoid experience, but there's three dimensions in all kinds of existences. The truth is, Master, there's only one of us here. So we could answer your question and say we are already here. We are this being. We are every being that there is, and they're different versions of themselves, just like you are us. So your question comes from a perspective of separate and singular, and we no longer hold that perspective after mastering the limited perspective of separate and singular through the third dimensional experience.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And this was show number 123. We'll make sure to keep the questions that have been asked for the last few seconds. And again, a great show. It was great to see you again after 14 days. It was great to see and read your questions. And it was great to have Julius again answering all those questions. Hi, Kasey. Any final comments before we go?
No, it is kind of funny, isn't it, Angel? I always feel a little displaced, when we have to skip a show or something. There's a little bit of or like a little bit of a glitch that goes on. And it's just life, it's just life. There's nothing more to it. Angel's got his life. Thankfully, I have a life too, and things just happen to come up sometimes. But yeah, it always feels a little bit of ooh, that hurts. I can't wait to see everybody. It's kind of like being on vacation from school, right? I can't wait to get back to school and see all our friends. Sending so much love to everybody. Check out my website. Check out Angel's website. Angel, what's your website? We haven't talked about that for a long time. Can we just spend a couple of minutes telling everybody the other magnificent things that you do in your life?
Thank you. The best place where people can go is actually to the Facebook page of the Wisdom for Kids Foundation. As you know, I've been for many, many years helped underprivileged kids in Latin America become entrepreneurs using their local resources. I will definitely recommend anybody watching the show to go to the Wisdom for Kids Foundation webpage, or better said, Facebook page, where there's a lot of videos, a lot of testimonials, and lots of things happening or were happening in the last few years. So I would definitely like you to go there and see the incredible work that actually we all can do for teaching underprivileged kids entrepreneurship. I think it's something that we can do, and we don't have to go necessarily to Latin America. Although I went there for obvious reasons, because obviously, given my Spanish origin, and also lived in Latin America for many years, I felt really, really compelled, this really strong bond with all these indigenous communities, incredible people over there that always open to learn, and the kids are not an exception. And thank you, Kasey, for reminding the audience about that. That's true. It's true that we go along. Sometimes we ask questions about the kids and what we can do. So please make sure that all the kids around you, that you are always the beacon that you need to be. Don't ever take for granted that you are a big beacon for everybody around you, mostly for the kids of any age. All right. So that will be like my ask today at the end of the show. All Thank right. you. Thank you, Kasey.
Sending blessings to all of you. Next week, we'll be on for next week. Angel, I hope you have an amazing week. So many blessings to everybody, as always.
Absolutely. And this was the final conversation of today's show. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Again, we appreciate you coming back after 14 days. Next weekend on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it will be the show number 124. 124 of the Ask Julius Show here at the Awakening Network. Remember, if you have questions, support@channelingjulius.com. And here we go with the outro video. Thank you. We love you. See you next week. Bye-bye.